If you have ever found yourself saying, I was doing so well and then I fell off track again, or I know exactly what to do, but I just don't do it, you are absolutely not alone. So many women feel the exact same way. In case you didn't know, I'm Alice. I am a weight loss coach and a psychologist, and I help women break free from the yo-yo cycle with weight loss and stop self-sabotaging once and for all by completely rewiring their minds. I am going to walk you through where self-sabotage comes from, why it's not your fault, and how to break that frustrating cycle for good. Let me guess, this has probably happened to you before. You're in a good routine, you're eating well, getting your steps in, maybe even working out a few times across the week. And then life happens, a stressful day, you're just feeling more tired or stressed than usual. And then bam, it's like a switch flips and you go completely off plan or fall off the wagon. That is self-sabotage. And it's not just about eating a pizza or skipping a workout, it's the all or nothing thinking that kicks in afterwards. The I've ruined it moment that spirals into a week off plan, or even worse, just giving up and throwing the towel in altogether. And I just want to cut in and say, if you want a free step-by-step guide to overcoming your all or nothing mindset, there's a link in the description to get my one for free. And if you've ever found yourself procrastinating on workouts, mindlessly snacking, or saying, I'll get back on it when I feel motivated, that is also self-sabotage. I'm going to walk you through some other forms of self-sabotage to see if you can relate to any of them. First of all, we've got negative self-talk. So for instance, you might berate yourself, beat yourself up, talk yourself out of even trying because you always fail. This leads to you feeling like a failure, you feeling like you can't do it, and potentially you even just doing nothing at all because you feel like you're not good enough. Number two is perfection paralysis, where you might put things off because you can't do them perfectly. So for instance, it might be a case of, oh, I overate yesterday. What's the point in even trying now? I'm not going to do anything today. And again, this leads to doing nothing instead of just doing something. Number three is self-punishment after slip-ups. So you might overcompensate with restriction or extra cardio or just extra exercise in general after you've overeaten. This massively reinforces that binge restrict cycle and can create a lot of guilt around food. Number four is rebellion against rules. And this can kick in even when you set the rules yourself. So for instance, because you weren't allowed certain foods on previous diets and programs and things that you've done, that food is now all you want to eat and you have a tendency to overeat and binge on it. It's a form of internal rebellion, and it is especially common within women who have a history of doing fad quick fix type diets. And number five is super common. It's fear of failure, and it's that worry that if you really try and don't succeed, it's just going to be another thing that you failed at. You don't want to go through the disappointment and the frustration and the emotional pain of failing again. So instead you stay half in, half out, never fully committing, maybe not even starting something, putting off starting, which yes, it protects you from the risk of failing, but it also ensures that you'll never succeed. And your brain is doing all of these forms of self-sabotage for a reason, which I'm going to explain to you why in just a second. But before I get into that, if you are finding this at all interesting, I would definitely go and follow me over on Instagram. I post advice like this daily. The link is in the description. Okay, so here is the thing that nobody tells you. Self-sabotage is not about being lazy or undisciplined or lacking willpower. It is your brain trying to protect you. Your brain sees change, even positive change, as risky. When you start eating differently, moving more, or just trying to focus on yourself in general, your brain goes, whoa, this is unfamiliar territory. This does not feel safe. And then it will nudge you back to what feels comfortable, even if it's not helpful or beneficial anymore. And that's why you might find yourself delaying or avoiding or going back to old habits. Not because you don't care, care or you don't want it enough. It's simply because your brain has been wired that way. But here's the good news, you can override it, you can rewire it, you just need the right tools. So how do you actually break the cycle? Well, I want to give you my 3 R's framework. R number 1 is recognize the pattern. Start noticing the moments in which you self-sabotage, but no judgment. I'll use the all or nothing self-sabotage as an example. So I've had one biscuit, I might as well just eat the whole pack. Step 1 is developing that awareness of when you're self-sabotaging. R number 2 is reframe your self-talk. You can ask yourself, is this thought helping me or holding me back? Would you speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself? Think of somebody in your life who is your voice of reason, the person who always talks sense to you. Would they be saying to you? Instead of saying, I've ruined it, what's the point? I might as well carry on eating. You could say to yourself, I've had a small slip up. I can still draw a line and carry on because it doesn't make any logical sense to carry on eating. And the 3rd R is respond with an aligned action. Don't wait for motivation. Do something small and positive that aligns with your goals. Even if it's literally just planning your next meal, going out for a short walk, or writing down how you feel. This is how you stop the spiral and get yourself back in control. Not perfectly, but powerfully. But ultimately, you have to start building the identity of somebody who takes care of herself. Identity change is where things really start to shift for good. It's not just about weight loss, it's about becoming that woman who actually backs herself, who eats well because it makes her feel good, who moves her body because she wants to, not because she has to. You don't need to do everything perfectly, you just need to start showing up like that woman, even in the small moments. And that's how it becomes who you are, not just another plan you're following, but a lifestyle that is 100% yours. You can ask yourself, who is the version of me who reaches and maintains their goals? Not just what she eats or how she exercises, but how she thinks, how she talks to herself, and the habits that she repeats. Instead of focusing on motivation or results, you can shift to, I am someone who takes care of myself. I am someone who follows through on what I said I would do. And the best part is you don't need to completely overhaul your life to do this. It starts with small, consistent actions. Even if it's literally just 5 minutes of movement a day, or planning a balanced meal each day, or drinking a glass of water each morning. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to show up for yourself even when it feels tough, because that is who you are now. And finally, I'm going to share with you 3 simple tools to help you shift away from self-sabotage that you can literally start implementing after you finish watching this video. Tool number 1 is future pacing, which helps you to make decisions with your future self in mind rather than based on instant gratification. When you feel the self-sabotage start to creep in, you can ask yourself, how will I feel tomorrow if I do this? And how will I feel tomorrow if I don't? Number 2 is urge surfing. This is a psychological tool that teaches you to ride the wave of the emotion, urge or craving, without actually acting on it. I'll give you an example in the context of cravings, but you can use it for any emotion or impulse. You can picture your craving like a wave, so it builds, peaks, and then passes. Most people assume that they have to act on the urge to make it go away. Next time you're in the moment, I want you to take a breath, notice the urge, label it, and then ride it out like a wave. You'll be surprised at how quickly it fades when you don't panic and react on impulse. And last but certainly not least, number 3 is the weekly reset ritual. This is a big one if you often find yourself stuck in that starting again on Monday cycle or falling off the wagon every weekend. You're going to create your own weekly reset ritual. Maybe it's on Saturday afternoon, Friday morning, Thursday evening, whenever works best for you. You're going going to take 10 minutes to reflect on what went well, note down any lessons from slip-ups, and reset your food shop, your movement, and your focus. It keeps you grounded, keeps you moving forward, and helps to break any of these on-off cycles that you might be stuck in. I just want to reinforce the fact that self-sabotage is not who you are. It's literally just a pattern, and a pattern that can be broken. If you want help with breaking your own patterns of self-sabotage, make sure you hit subscribe down below. Head to the description where you can find the link to follow me on Instagram, where I post advice like this every single day, as well as the link to grab the free all or nothing guide and more information on how my one-to-one coaching could help you too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.